peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is...
With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
Good morning, and welcome down to another episode of Livewire. It's the 18th of November, 2024, and I'm extremely happy to be here with you this morning. We're coming off of the Guy Expo weekend. The expo was excellent exhibition of products and services available here in Guyana, and I was in there last night, and I was really happy to see how the products and services offered by Guyanese continues to grow and expand. So hats off to the organizers, the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, along with the Tourism Authority. They all fall under one umbrella. Hats off to the team there for having an excellent exhibition, our Guy Expo 2024, I should say, right? Morning to all the persons across the diaspora, morning to the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Who do we have here already? Quite a few people logged in on the live already. Morning to you guys. Chris, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Nadia, morning to you. Neil Ramlukan from NYC on the live. Hanuman Prem Kumar, morning to you. Eunice Raghubir, special good morning to you and Rita. Mohammed Isaf, good morning to you. Joining us on Facebook and YouTube. I don't know if it's the same person or two different people with the exact same name. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you. Suknandan Bud, Rennie Prasad, Ormela Gusai, good morning to you. Edward Budu, Roger Fong, Bibi Kali Charan, Dalton Andalal, Sally Jones, morning to you. Prasad Patti joining us from Kitty. Estelle Ramnot, good morning to you. Sendat, morning to you. Shakila Khan, good morning. Jasoda Sargent, morning to you. Suma Bipat, Ronald Martin there. Sharita Ferguson, good morning to you. Wazim Nabi, good morning. Natasha Lee, special good morning to you. Philip Graves, Andy. Who else we got here? Sarah Mosley. Pam, morning to you and Trevor. Condolences to both you and Trevor in relation to the recent loss that you would have suffered. You know, condolences from the Livewire family to your family. We're all one family. Excuse me. Shinaz Khan, morning to you. Diunan Suku, good morning to you. Ion Bipat jumping, joining us from Barbados. Rajendra Singh, good morning. Leslie Mangal, Norman Aziz, morning to you. Padma Balwan, Jasoda Budram, Ronald Jones, Hola Big Up, Jagnarine Edwards, Christopher Prasad, Miss Babo Tamoka. We got a little thing about Mocha to deal with this morning too. So Miss Bob, stick around. Salome, Michael Danis, Anthony Wong joining us from France. Philip Diablo, morning to you. Raj E. Miraj, good morning to you. Share the life, people. Maureen Razio, Nirmala Allen, Jamila Kayum, morning, everybody. Annie Chan, sorry. Who else we got? Rakesh, morning. Faisal Ghani, morning, everybody. So, let's go. So the first thing I wanted to share with y'all is that I had a ring out chassis going wrong around the national park this Saturday. I don't know how much y'all see it. A broken chassis, twist up, going wrong and wrong the national park Saturday. I couldn't understand what was going on. Right? I couldn't understand what was going on. And why the people in the national park allow this broken chassis to come in there and make the self. So, watch. What's all this chassis ring out? Look. Doesn't that ring out chassis to you? Huh? This chassis look ring out to you? Nobody else in the national park. Everybody frightened to run in case this chassis caused something to run into them. You understand? Anyway, let me get on to serious business. So I saw a video. Oh no, hold on. Before I get into that, I want to show y'all something. So I must say congratulations to the PNC personnel who have took the effort to pay for their own education. Right? They get an MP salary, so they're paying for their own education and not operating like their colleagues in the last administration. Instead of they upskill the population, they upskill themselves. Right? So Coretta McDonald, she got a MBA in education and leadership or something, and she paid for it. So I'm glad. I'm glad that you are smarter off of your own strength and not the coffers of the Guyanese people. Right? You take your MP salary and you continue to upgrade yourself. Don't do like the rest. And of course, the Mook from Mokka also paid to get her MBA. So I'm glad that y'all get sense and stop using the government funds to upgrade yourselves. You should have done that, in the past. But since we're saying that there's no age that you cannot learn at, I'm glad that you're still learning. And I'm glad that you're not like Simona and Shachir and them and all the others who took the scholarships and didn't allow the Guyanese people to get them. So these two continue paying for your thing, right? Set an example in the PNC. But you see this one here? This lady here, since we on she, let me go to she first. I'm gonna left Nima flew best for last. We're gonna leave it with Mocha last. So there was a meeting in Calcutta, people. The PNC had a meeting in Calcutta. And I'll maintain that they will never, at these meetings, show you the crowd. They don't show you who's in attendance at these meetings. And again, that's the difference between the two. So when you go to, or if you're online and there's a PVP meeting, there's always a shot of who is in attendance. So you know, well, this was a well-attended meeting, it's a poorly attended meeting. You know, well, it had a diverse mix of races there, or it had one race there, it had the other race there. You can tell, you can make an assessment. But at a PNC meeting, you will never see the crowd. You'll never see the crowd. Because most times, they bring the few diehard elderly folks that surround Congress Place, and then they bring the lunatics from the region. So you had Viceroy Hansel Jordan, or is Viceroy Jordan in your name? I think Hansel needs to go and look for Gretel and stop doing stupidness in Region 5. Because as far as I'm concerned, Hansel, Viceroy Jordan, cannot show a feasible, viable project in Region 5 under the coalition administration that continues to benefit the residents of that region. Cannot do that. Viceroy Jordan, Hansel, cannot do that. So, like I said, there was a meeting in Calcutta, Myconi, and we didn't get to see the crowd. And for some reason, these people can't run a live. It's like about 6 different lives for this one meeting. Anyway, they had quite a few speakers. Aubrey Norton, Viceroy Jordan. They had an Indian guy talking a bunch of madness there. I think I downloaded the video. If not, I can download it and show y'all. But I wanted to focus on what I heard from Miss Coretta McDonald. And I am saying, for a big woman to be so dishonest, it's not even funny. It is not even funny for a big woman like this to be so dishonest. Oh my gosh. Let me jump into it.
Believe in phantom. Dead people voting, they like that. They believe in impersonating people, they like that.
Again, a bunch of unsubstantiated allegations, mind you. Unsubstantiated allegations. So there have been no allegations outside of the PNCR that the PPP impersonated, or PPP was complicit in forces impersonating others at the last election. Nothing whatsoever. No evidence to show. Up to now, on this day, the 18th of November 2024, after the regional and general elections, this so-called list that the police had in relation to persons who would have voted, but immigration's record showed them out of the country at that time, not a single Guyanese other than the Commissioner of Police and PNC Operative C. They have not posted anything, nothing of the sort. I think there were allegations of persons being dead voting, and those names that were offered, several persons came forward with their ID cards saying, hey, I'm alive, I'm right here, look me here. You understand? So Coretta went to Calcutta. Like, Calcutta is a different country, and they have no idea of current relations or what's happening in the country so that they can comment. Right? They have no allegation. They have, oh God. I don't know what to say about these people.
And then they want to talk about transparency and democracy.
Imagine Coretta McDonald talking about the PPP, talking about transparency and democracy. Coretta McDonald represents a former administration that most of them didn't submit their stuff to the Integrity Commission. Most of them, ministers and government officials under the coalition administration. And Coretta McDonald, assure you could stand up here and talk this madness to people? She could stand up here and talk this madness to people like Coretta McDonald don't know that? Oh my God.
These people, these fork-tongued people.
Coretta talking about fork-tongued people? Coretta? You got to be out your mind. You got to be out of your mind. This cannot be so. Coretta McDonald is talking about fork-tongued people.
Can't run this country. In this country, we live as one. Under the coalition, under the PNC, you look.
You see what's talk about? You see what's talk about? Hold on. Just I'm going to pull it up a little bit. Here what Coretta tell you.
Coalition, under the PNC, you look back at a couple of years. In this country, we live as one. Under the coalition, under the PNC, you look back at a couple of years and you'll tell me who are the persons dividing this country.
Y'all could believe what we're hearing this morning? Y'all could believe what we're hearing this morning? Where does the racist rhetoric come from, people? Where does the racist rhetoric permeate from in this country? You hear from the PVP. Here, we're trying to reach out to areas that are not our traditional support base, right? You see an influx of young Afro-Guyanese or Afro-Guyanese of all ages gravitating to that party. They bring out a few Indo-Guyanese that have been in their ranks for years. So they are not attracting any new young Indo-Guyanese to that party. Not a bit of it. Any rhetoric you hear of discrimination, marginalization, or racist point of view without anything to back it up, PNC. And for Coretta McDonald to say that Indo-Guyanese and Afro-Guyanese were more unified under who? PNC? Coretta? The Kabaka was the main reason Afro and Indo-Guyanese left this country. The Kabaka. How Coretta McDonald could be so disingenuous? The Kabaka was the main reason a lot of Guyanese, Indo, and Afro left this country. And I dare say some indigenous people as well. Coretta saying, this was like the other day when she said, they got more corruption now than under Burnham. Coretta is a mad woman. This aunt, she got an MBA, you know. She just studied and get an MBA. Coretta mad. Could you believe this lady? Could y'all believe what y'all hearing here? This is crazy.
You look back at a couple of years.
And you know something? When you say something that is, and people pause for thought. But when you say something that you know, use pause because it's like your brain itself can't process it. Right? Look at this. Look at this. This is not thought. This is your brain saying, wait, what I just said?
Under the coalition, under the PNC, you look back at a couple of years.
Right there. Her brain register error. Her brain register error. What story is this? Coretta serious? Is Coretta McDonald serious? I don't believe it. I do not believe it. It is crazy. It is crazy. You see, it was the Sally Jones send me here. Right? This is crazy. I'm telling y'all.
Coast Demerara. It's a traditional farming community, and so on any typical day.
Anyway, I can check that just now, Sally. Right? Let me continue.
And you'll tell me who are the persons dividing this country. Every time there is
Oh, thank you, Sally Jones. Thank you, Sally Jones. Let me play that. So this is a report from Newsroom on people who they claim weren't here and voted. I will always be appreciative of the Livewire family because y'all has helped me a lot. Sometimes it's a task to find these videos, but I will always recognize and pick up Sally Jones because she's got them right there ready for us. So before we continue, I want y'all to take a quick look at this here. Right? Now, I mentioned before, up to now, we play the first one, Newsroom one long. Let me see which is the first one. Send back the first link, Sally, in the comments so I could get it and download it since you said it's Newsroom one long. Let me continue with Coretta for now. In
this country, it comes from the PPP. Who are the persons dividing this country? Every time there is division in this country, it comes from the PPP.
Y'all can believe this? Can you believe this? Huh? Can you believe this? Sally, please send back the first. Oh, thank you. I just saw it. Let me get it before it run up in the comments that quick. And you know something? These people are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely. Okay, great. Right. Look, thank you, Sally Jones. Right? So this list, mind you, I said the list that they claim these people were dead. They had several people who came forward. Several people came forward and said, hey, BS, I am here, I am alive. So again, unsubstantiated claims. So look at this.
This is my passport, and I'm alive, and I'm a businessman. I'm not dead.
My name is Devendra Dharmnan Chan, born on the 24th of August, 1996. I voted at the general and regional elections held on the 2nd of March, 2020. As you can see, I'm alive and well at the moment.
See?
This is my ID card.
You see?
My ID card number is 146.
Somebody saying, Christopher Thomas saying no song. Just confirm y'all hearing for me. Right? Just confirm y'all hearing for me. So these are persons who they claimed were dead and they had voter impersonation. Persons took their ID cards and voted. And the same persons came forward and saying, what stupidness y'all talking? Huh?
722-492. Have a look again.
Right?
Devendra Dharmnan Chan, 24th of August. And
these are the people who they said that they had
voted at the March 2nd.
These are the people who are dead.
This is me. I am not dead.
See?
My name is Vijayarti Chatapal. I voted at CI Cournila Ida Primary School last election. My address is 183.
Gone to Calcutta and lying to the people of Calcutta, Myconi. Lying to them.
Block X, Cournila Ida.
My name is Mina Singh Albert. I'm living at 504 Block X, Cournila Ida. And I am strong and still alive. I voted last election at CI Primary School.
Still alive. You see how many of them? And Coretta Gandhi talking foolishness.
You listen to Javier when he is at Babu John. Do you hear him when he's at Babu John?
Good. So she said, listen to Javier when he had Babu John. The only thing I've ever heard the vice president say at Babu John or I think what they're talking about. I think it's one time he said when the PNC people like Coretta and Aubrey come into your community, chase them out. He said beat them, he said chop them up, he said kill them, he said do nothing else. Chase them out. Can they do nothing for your area? Chase them out. That's what he did. That's division. That's division. He didn't tell Indo-Guyanese chase them out. He tell all Guyanese. When these wretches come to your community, chase them out. Because they were there and they did nothing to advance Calcutta, Albistown, none of these areas. None of them. You understand? So that is the most divisive thing that you hear, or you could say, well, you heard from the vice president at a press conference or Babu John. The most. That's it. That that is it. That is it.
A whole lot of foolishness to incite racial violence in this country.
To incite racial violence, Coretta McDonald? Really? From the coalition group that's talk about undermining the government? Talk about Barbie's bridge. Nobody ain't blocked that bridge yet. Huh? Rickford Borg. I ain't got a video. I had a compilation of all the things. The guy in New York saying, Georgetown, Gombondong. Y'all remember? I'm talking about the vice president inciting racial violence. Coretta McDonald is the definition of delusional. 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 There was one instance in the last 20 years. I'm saying that without fear or favor, affliction or ill will. There was one instance in the last 20 years in this country where you had a disorderly protest from PVP supporters. And that was when the PNC, coalition, AFC, whoever did in it, been trying to thief the elections. And then people behave bad on the East Coast. The Pelta bus or something like that. Nobody in dead. You hear me? Nobody had no grievous bodily harm. Nobody get robbed. The bus window, I think, break, and they had a nurse push a window break. You understand? And I was thinking, when this nurse jump out your car, what I do to y'all? What I do? I was passing going my way. What I do to... If y'all remember how the nurse behaved when they broke up your window, I was thinking how other people just feel when these people block the East Coast and robbing and beating people out of the vehicle. People can't even go home. People can't even go home. And she talking about the vice president inciting racial violence? This lady is a crazy person. This lady is a crazy person. I am maintaining that to y'all this morning. Coretta McDonald is mad. Based on my memory of what going on in this country. What's this again? PNC blocked me from the page. Oh. I got to say, what story is this? What story is this? Hold on a second, folks. Hold on a second. When I see Sally Jones send my link, I just got to check it. I just got to check it. Because Sally's be on point with these things. Stop it. Right?
Former mayor.
Right?
Prime Minister Hamilton Green.
Oh, lad. Look. When the Henry boys, and I'm continuing to say that was a very sad situation, and continued condolences to that family. Y'all remember when the whole East, you couldn't come down the East Coast? I had a friend, and I'm speaking of a personal experience that I know about. Now, under the coalition, I suffered tremendously. I am not afraid to say so. suffered tremendously. So I had to be innovative and try my best to see how I could make ends meet. You understand? Suffered tremendously. So I took the little money I had and I used to buy and sell greens from Borabis or Linden or wherever they're coming from. So I was good friends with a lot of the vendors out there at Border Market. Understand? I'm not going to tell you all the guy's right name. His name on the market, they call him Boy. Most people who shop at Border will know him and his father. They sell celery and shallot right on the corner. No, let's talk with the people selling before they go and harass them. They sell celery and shallot at Border Market. These people ain't do a soul nothing. They come in from Borbis to sell the thing and go back peacefully. They ain't do a soul nothing. And I had the photos. I posted the photos to my Facebook. I think it was last year or something when this incident had occurred the year before. Beat the man's son. Boy, BT. Take he day sales money. Blash up the bus. Then top the bus that he using to transport to do his work on a day-to-day basis. And that Indian guy didn't do a thing. He living in the Henry Buys community. He know the Henry Buys. He know whoever they do to the Henry Buys. Nothing at all. He did nothing to those people who attack him and beat him on the road. Pull you out the bus and beat him. You understand me? And Coretta McDonald talking about who inciting racial violence in this country. This lady's a mad woman.
But we are not interested in racism, and we are not interested in who black, who Indian, who white, who this.
Man, look. What? How? I don't even know how to address this. Any Guyanese, Afro, Indo, Amo, Chinese, Portuguese, mixed race Guyanese, if you are true to yourself and you're honest with yourself, and if you are asked which is a political party that often pushes a racial agenda, it's the PNC. Nothing is ever going right in Guyana for Afro-Guyanese. Afro-Guyanese are always suffering. No Afro-Guyanese in this country doing well. And any Afro-Guyanese that is doing well in this country, right? Any Afro-Guyanese that is doing well in this country is automatically a soup drinker. You are drinking soup, right? You are drinking soup. That is how
we are interested in the citizens' welfare of this country. That's what we're interested in.
So, interest in the citizens' welfare was to give themselves a 50% salary increase, ministers and government officials. You understand? And the mediocre increase that they gave to public servants. Interested in the citizens is taking away the Because They Care grant from the school children of this country. Interest in the citizens was putting 200 plus taxes on the citizens they're interested in. Interest in the citizens was the fact that they removed the joint service bonus. The people who are supposed to defend the borders of this country, the people who are in charge of ensuring that Guyanese are safe within the country and enforcing law and order, they take away the joint services bonus from them. So that is the interest they have in the citizens of this country. And I always remind people about these things because they will get on the stage and try to feed you this BS like Guyanese didn't live in Guyana between 2015 to 2020 and experience the experience of the coalition government. This is bare SHIT. Coretta McDonald talking here on this podium. You understand? And not even solid SHIT. Liquid. Foolishness.
And because we're interested in the development of our people, we have night schools. The PPP close it.
So we can deal with this point by point. They had a night school, right? A night school. And the PPP closed it. What was it replaced by? What was it replaced by? right? Now you have the Gold program, where Guyanese can study free of cost at international universities to upskill themselves, free of cost. You have the revitalization of the apprenticeship program, which died on the you correct or your party corrector. Since we're talking about who do what, the apprenticeship program that Minister Hamilton, under the Irfan Ali administration, resuscitated and is kicking right now, producing technically qualified persons. Somebody said I'm muted. Somebody saying Norman Aziz saying I'm muted. Y'all hearing me? Just confirm for me quickly. Just confirm for me, please. Okay. I'm mute. Okay, people saying yes, they're hearing. Okay, good. I know what's going on with you, Norman. You gotta check your thing there. But Norman, you threw me off there. Anyway, let me go.
We had the nursing school in Linden, the PPP closed it.
Not a lie. Okay, so I was talking about the apprenticeship program. Thank you. So Minister Hamilton revived the apprenticeship program under this administration here. The BIT program is in all regions, upgrading Guyanese, whether it's heavy duty equipment operators, catering, masonry, solar panel installation and maintenance, ICT, all sorts of courses. All sorts of courses. So to hell with that thing you was talking about, Forrest Coretta.
And because we're interested in the development of our people.
To hell with the night school. Look how much things replaced the stupid night school that you had. People ain't got left the home in the night and go to youth school. They could study at goal in the comfort of their own homes. That's what they can do. That is what they can do. Nobody won't care about your damn night school, Coretta. You take that night school and you push it somewhere. You understand? Nobody don't care about that.
We had night schools, the PPP closed it. We had the nursing school in Linden, the PPP closed it.
Another lie, and a lie that I have exposed time and time again on this program. The Charles Rosen Nursing School in Linden is operational, you understand? And has advanced so much that they have a hybrid program. So persons can study at home, online, come into the school and do the practical, and they're able to facilitate more nurses because of the hybrid program. This government has sought to even expand that because, like they were lying to people and saying that the government closed down the Charles Rosen Nursing School in Linden and opening one in Essequibo. These despicable people. So, indeed, the government is opening a nursing school in Essequibo. But that is in addition to Charles Rosa not closing one to open one elsewhere. Now, she and others have said Lindeners will have to now leave Linden to go to Essequibo to study nursing. A complete lie. A complete lie. And a reversal of what is happening now. So currently, until that facility is built in Region 2, indigenous people living down the Pomeroon, everybody living on the Essequibo coast have to come out of Essequibo to either Joshua or Linden to do nursing. So what she's claiming is actually happening in reverse in Essequibo now. So the government putting a nursing school so that persons cannot in Essequibo ain't got to deal with what she is claiming Lindeners will have to deal with in the future. Lying big woman. Charles Rosa, I swear to God, one of these days I'm going to go and do a live in front of Charles Rosa Nursing School. You hear me? And probably talk to some of the nurses who apparently ain't going to the nursing school no more. This folks, people have sent photos here, literally, of nurses at Charles Rosa Nursing School. I've called persons from Linden to confirm, and they've all said it. This disgusting woman, they so cared about the people that instead of writing off UG fees or making University of Guyana free, they increase it by 35%. I forget the one. Thank you, Leslie. So that is the care they care about Guyanese.
We had the 5Bs, the PPP shut it out because
Bear bull. That was the 5Bs. Bear bull. Buses, boat, bicycle, bag, and some bullshit. The buses only picked up persons in certain areas. Right? The buses only picked up people in certain areas. The bags was a bunch of green and yellow bags. So you had a Granger bag. They give away some bicycle. Some of the boats can't even be found now. You understand? I am bearing somebody, and this is one that I know for sure. Y'all find out where the boat from Maracaibo there. The boat that they give to Maracaibo vanish into thin air. Wait there. Where the boat there? Or something they walking or something to start. But the boat is not serving any purpose. That boat, y'all find it. Maracaibo Village, Region 5. Y'all check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
You know what they believe in? They believe that they have to give you all the time handouts. So we have become a handout nation.
Hypocrite. Hypocrite. This is the same party who's saying the Guyanese people ain't benefiting from the oil money. The Guyanese people ain't getting nothing. You understand? So which is it? Which is it? The Guyanese people getting thing or the Guyanese people ain't getting nothing? You tell me, Coretta. You tell me, please, Coretta. Which is it?
Handouts.
They want the government pay $1 million to every Guyanese. Now the government making the place a handout nation. You see the hypocrisy? You see the hypocrisy? The government giving 100,000. That is not enough. Give more. So she going to Calcutta now and telling people the government making y'all a handout nation. Y'all dependent on the government. You got to run behind them for handout. You see what I'm talking about? Do y'all see what I'm talking about with this woman and how she portrays truth?
So we have become a handout nation. So they throw little crumbs and give you, and when that is, and then they start walking. When it's finished, you have to walk behind them.
You so going from getting nothing, giving the people nothing, to getting a one-off cash grant, turning into a handout nation. Mind you, they had relief before. I think they had COVID, they had flood relief. I think they had a one-off 25,000 people to get some time for something. Right? How are these cash grants able to take care of all of your expenses and got you rock back and enjoying life? You studying nothing more because you getting handouts. Really? I am saying, Coretta, let every PNC person who got collect the 100,000, y'all collect it and stop working and wait for the next 100,000 handout. It coming soon. Right? Stop working. Stop working when you collect the 100,000. You live off of that and wait for the next one. And you see what's going to happen to you. If you think we're in a handout nation, you see what's going to happen to you.
And they think they're doing something good. Folks, I want to tell you, you're not handout people. You're bad.
So don't give the Guyanese any of the oil money. Because they're not that bad. So if they're not that bad, that means Guyanese aren't suffering as you claim. Because they don't need the handout. You understand where I'm coming from? So the people in Maikoni, Calcutta Maikoni, should refuse the handout on the grounds that they're not that bad. They're doing well in Maikoni. They don't need any support. And again, I often look at the message from these people, right? The message. The message. It is so confusing. If, as they say, Guyanese are suffering, isn't that the bad? If Afro-Guyanese or Guyanese, don't let me put it to no race. If Guyanese are suffering as they say, is that the bad? The bad people don't need help. If you living on the road, you got no place to live, you're in the bad. If you're hungry, you got nothing to eat, you're in the bad. If you're not working, you have no income, you're in the bad. Look.
You're in the bad. Now look how they operate. They wake up in the morning, they dream something the night before, they wake up in the morning and they want to implement it. You remember the 200,000 per household?
No, this is how she's so retarded, right? There was what's the word to use? There was an announcement of a 200,000 one-off grant to household, right? These people were up in arms about it. So the government revised it and say, no, something. Certain people mightn't benefit because this money going to one person. You understand? Right? Don't let me get this to the household, because the head of the household might be an asshole and keep all the money. Don't let me do that. Let us give it to every Guyanese who is of age, 18 years and over. That's a problem. Look. They lamented about the 200,000. The government was flexible enough to revise their first decision. You understand? And say, okay, let's look at it differently. More people will benefit this way. Because like I said, they could have a head of the household that take the money and just go drink it out or do something that benefits that person only. So if you're 18 and over, you hold you 100,000 and you do what you want with it. What could be the issue? What could be the issue? Is it bad that the government can be flexible and adjust? Or they must stay rigid? Once they say one thing is done, this will be doing till the end of time. Really? There's a problem too, Coretta?
And when they got the lashes, they jumped down to 100,000 to every individual 18 years and over. And that wasn't enough because they ain't got no plan. So what did they do now? Oh, we're extending this to the Guyanese who live overseas.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, hey, these people ain't easy. These people ain't easy. So because the same Guyanese that is go overseas to beg for money, they want to get the cash grant. The same Guyanese that they're going overseas to beg for money, they want them to get the cash grant. Why don't tell all the people in the diaspora collect the cash grant and get y'all? Let them fly home, collect the cash grant, and donate to the PNC. Because y'all need little money.
Oh, we're putting some data, some plan in place.
It's called an app, right? There's an app, and it's being tested currently to make sure that it works properly. This lady is an idiot. Honest to God. You have a MBA, but you have your common sense, lowest history. Big up your MBA, but your common sense is not common at all, friend.
We're putting some app in place, and you're seeing this app yet.
But if they're developing it, how they gonna put it? Who does release the app before it done develop? Ronald Jones, you're an IT specialist, right? You're an IT specialist. If you're developing an app, right? After you develop it, they have a testing period where you work out the bugs. You understand? And then you release it to the public. How are you releasing something that is not tested and vetted properly yet? Right? This is like the company they buy them planes for the GDF for, release the planes without wings, wheels, working engine, or anything at all for the GDF. Y'all remember that? Nothing like what the Prime Minister commissioned the other day there, though. Leslie's University of some worries, and some worries. It's one of them overseas based thing that they hear, man. They should try there. Right? You going on about the app that they tested, you vex the people testing the app. They got tested to make sure it work.
And so it tells us that Barajagi and the whole cabal of them, they're a set of frogs, hopping here, hopping there.
So look, let me show you I mean talking to myself. You see what Ronald Jones said? You don't. Why you releasing the app before it work in your stupidity? You don't. You see what he's saying? You don't. This is my uncle, people. And he's not just saying so because he's my uncle. He's an IT. He's write code, develop programs, and these kinds of things. That's what he does. That's his profession. How are you releasing the app before it is sorted out and working properly? Thing got no glitches. How you releasing it? You stupidity? What's wrong with your character? I didn't even plan to spend so much time on this thing. I played like about 5 seconds earlier when she started, and it triggered me. I didn't even jump to Mucky yet, and I got 10 minutes left.
Look at something here. They think it's gonna work, and it's not working. I just got some information yesterday
from a credible source
where the minister was asked about this black belly sheep. You remember the big hype about the black belly sheep? How many farmers were able to receive black belly sheep? Out of a list of 100 and I think it's 28. 38 of those were given to Afro-Guyanese. And all the rest, when you check the names, is some Paulal.
So again, and this is my last point on this, I am done with Corretto as of there. It couldn't be a case that only 38 Afro-Guyanese apply for this friggin' black belly sheep. It got to be something with race. Always. And I swear to you, it frustrates me. It is always something with race. It's never that this is the amount that apply and they get. And the rest. I am saying to you, right? I am saying to you, any Guyanese who knows, Indo-Guyanese are heavily into farming. Heavily into farming. Me saying Afro-Guyanese don't do it, but in a lot of cases, not on the scale, or I don't even want to use the term. Because you can hear, I am a racist when I black. Afro. You understand? But how could you... Indo-Guyanese is farm. Not all of them. But if you look at the farming community in this country, you'll find more Indo-Guyanese farming than Afro-Guyanese. It is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of Afro-Guyanese don't... I got careful with what I say. I got to be careful because I am often deemed as somebody who don't like black people. I have done farming. My family has been engaged in farming. And just let me give you an example. So we have a 300-acre farm on the Linden-Suicide Highway. I'm currently in court with family over my portion. That's how they stay. Let me tell you, my grandfather, Stanley Jones, was the biggest peanut farmer on the Linden. So people in Linden on this live will know this. Some people in town will know this. Who knows Sandra Jones, Paul Jones, Errol Jones, all of them. You hear me? My grandfather had the biggest peanut farm in Region 4 at the time, along the Linden-Suicide Highway. You understand? That farm, he had one at Dalgan, and he had leased, Dalgan was private property, and at Bamio, he leased some land there right by the creek, and they had a pig farm there as well. At Adventure, on the other side of the road at Dalgan, they leased some land there, and they had a farm there as well. You hear me? That farm brought riches to my family. Through the farm, my grandfather did gold mining as well. But through the farm, brought riches to that family. My grandfather had Errol, Orin, Sandra, Friedel, Paul, Cheryl. And then he had Uncle Ronald, Uncle Andrew as well. So 8 children my grandfather had. And that farm provided for all of them, had them living in a nice big house in MacDoom that they're fighting me for now. And We had farmhouse on the highway. We used to live good, live good. We didn't suffer. You understand? When my grandfather died, the Afro-Guyanese that he brought forth, so Uncle Ronald and Uncle Andrew, the same uncle that just say about the app, they were living in the States, right? So they had no interest in farming. They're living in the States. The few who are here, Errol, Orin, Paul, Cheryl, run that into the ground. It is nothing now today. You hear me? So even if I want to go there and start again, there is the amount of investment that you have to put in there now to get that restarted because of how they let something that was working, functioning die. Right? Sandra Jones, Courdel Jones, my mother and my aunt were two persons who invested heavily in that farm to try to get it going again. Could have never got it going again. You know why? Because those same people I told you that run it into the ground would come and undermine it, the efforts that they would make. So we had a 300-acre, got a 300-acre property now that ain't got a single thing but the trees that were planted decades ago bearing on it. Afro-Guyanese farm. And that's why I get in vex. Because you got to watch what you say. Afro-Guyanese tend not to like, not all of them, some tend not to get into certain kind of work. They like certain things. And that is honest. You hear me? That is honest. There are the few Afro-Guyanese who are farming either grow up in the country with their parents farming and they end up continuing it or something. But to say that you have an Afro-Guyanese, a young Afro-Guyanese that is going to now just decide to go into farming, it's rare. It happens, but it's rare. It's rare. So you are upset because of the amount of Afro-Guyanese that get black belly sheep when you ain't know if that was it, if that was the amount that applied. And I'm giving you an example of an Afro-Guyanese farm that was successful, that get run into nothing. So even if those Afro-Guyanese are here, and mind you, every single one of them left this country, other than Sandra and Courdel, my mother and my aunt, left the country, left the farm, gone. They're living in the States. But anytime anything happening on the farm, they come, they want to know what's going on, who do they know, how much they get in. That is how they stay. That is how these people stay. You understand? I'll even tell y'all a story. If y'all think I'm bullshitting, I can find the guy who used to work for me and let him tell you. So my aunt at that time, what was doing? What was working? I think I was the news anchor at MTV and we parted ways. And I went to farm at the farm there for 2 years. So like I said, it was a lot of work. All we tractor to sell out. We had tractor plow, room plow, disc plow, fertilizer spreader, planter. 2 tractors we had. My uncle sell them out, not Ronald and Andrew. Paul, Errol, and Orin and them. Sell out the equipment. Afro farmers. And left the farm. I come into Miss Bagot. The show gonna go overtime today. I vexed today. You understand me? I went there to farm as an Afro-Guyanese youth. Right? Plant watermelon. I go to town a weekend and come back. And you know what the Afro-Guyanese uncle do? He dead now. Uncle Paul, I call his name. Get somebody to come with a spray can and weed aside and spray my friggin' watermelon people and kill out all. That is how some Afro-Guyanese farmers just behave to each other. Are you telling me, but only 38 get black belly sheep? This is only 38 they want. It's only 38 they want. If you apply for any, you don't get. Did you apply for any black belly sheep correct in McDonald's and you don't get any? Until then, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth with your nonsense. Can't stand them. Cannot stand them. I swear to. Look. Anyway, before I jump to Mocha, let me deal with this thing with Miss Bagot. Now, as persons would know, the mayor and councillors, the PNC mayor and councillors of New Amsterdam, engaged in unlawful behavior and decided that they put in Miss Bagot out of the council for the rest of the life of the council. You understand? Always engage in unlawful action, these PNC people. Always. Oh, the farm story raised me. I was trying not to think about it. It's get my real vex. Anyway, the High Court in Berbice was ruled that the suspension was unlawful. The suspension to Miss Bagot was unlawful. Right? So the Berbice High Court ruled that the PNC AFC controlled New Amsterdam Mayor and Town Council acted outside of the legal bounds by suspending Councillor Trim Bagot. The behavior cited for the suspension, as we discussed here on previous shows, did not occur during a statutory meeting, rendering the council's actions baseless and illegal. There was also a major violation of the local governance framework. The suspension was deemed as an overreach, with the court reinforcing that the council must operate within the law. Now, mind you, this is often the behavior of any PNC person in power. They don't care about the rule of law. So, like when Granger appointed Patterson without the blessing of the then opposition leader, friggin', we don't care. Like Aubrey Norton and the AFC PNC outside of GCOM every Tuesday, trying to dictate what GCOM must do. Outside GCOM, the law provides that GCOM put systems in place, not the PNC AFC. It's not your rule. So you give GCOM a blast, but whenever they're ready to do what they're going to do it. You understand? No, definitely it was an abuse of power. The suspension was criticized by the General Secretary of the PPPC as an example of the opposition APNU AFC's bullyism aimed to suppress the voices of opposition members in local governance. Now, Minister Prague described the move as an abuse of power and attempt to silence a councillor's legitimacy representing her constituents. I should say legitimately representing her constituents. Now, the People's National Congress reform supported the suspension, exposing a broader pattern of the attempts to stifle PPPC representatives in the local government councils. And you see this happening often at City Hall. So, despite what the PPP councillors say, the mayor has no time with it. He has the controlling vote of him and his councillors. So, frig what the PPP councillors say. So that is why you see these councillors reaching out to central government to have issues dealt with in their areas because they can't depend on the council. They cannot depend on the council. Now, the court's decision is a win for the rule of law, ensuring checks and balances against political overreach in local governance. Right? Councillor Trim Bagot maintained that the mayor acted outside of his legal capacity, emphasizing her commitment to representing her constituents despite attempts to silence her. And it's the same thing that's happening in Linden too. They're spending the money without any accountability. And when the councillors are asked about it, or the town clerk say, man, look, provide some evidence or some kind of paper trail before this payment is made. Because I don't understand what's happening here. It's a bunch of stupidness. They want to run the town clerk out. They're trying to throw out Miss Bagot. They're always attacking former Mayor Chase Green at the council. And she's always schooling the current mayor on 2801 because he's always doing some foolishness. And she got and said, no, this is the case. You got to do so. Go and read back 2801, Alfred Mentor. I can't remember what's the main name in New Amsterdam. He need to read it as well. Right? Now, in relation to the reinstatement, now, Councillor Trim Bagot is now free to resume her role in statutory meetings, reaffirming her right to participate in the council's operations. The court ordered that the council pay $50,000 in costs reinforcing accountability for unlawful actions. Now, the ruling serves as a reminder to all councils that their actions must adhere to legal and procedural norms. The court's decision protects the democratic rights of residents to have their elected representatives participate fully in governance. The outcome highlights the importance of accountability, transparency in the local government operations. So I'm glad that Councillor Trim Bagot took this matter to another level. You understand? And she said so on this program that she's not going to let it stand. She's not going to let it stand. And lo and behold, we see why it is standing. Because it's illegal. It's illegal. Always engage in illegal activity. Always. Always. Anyway, on to the last thing. We're jumping over to Moko. We are jumping over to Moko.
And the road don't start cracking and no vehicle use it yet.
So, the road don't start cracking and people ain't use it yet. Listen to me. You see what we are seeing here? This is the kind of treachery some contractors got to deal with. So, this what we're seeing here on the screen cannot happen to a road that was allowed to dry and cure properly. Right? So it's clear that this contractor poured this concrete, left residents, dog, cow, wherever it is, walk on this road to have it in the condition it's in right now. Right? Walk on this road, ride on this road, whilst it was still soft, to have it in the condition it is in now. So for you to do a video, right, and claim that the road was done and this is how the contractor left it, highly disingenuous. And I would deem this as malicious because, as far as I'm concerned, it's most likely Nima or one of them send these people to do their stupidity on the road when the man don't throw Cassie cement, through a Cassie road, right?
If you see, and they put in silicone or patch crack on the road, I never see them in my life. I don't know what really going on in this country. And
she's a road contractor and an engineer, right? That she knows about the silicone and whatnot. Mind you, I am saying, I am of the firm belief that when this road was finished, they didn't let it dry and cure properly, and persons drove and walked on it to have it in the condition it is.
Even anybody contract for the road. I am a resident.
So, you hear the complaint, anybody getting a contract to do road. First, small man ain't getting nothing. Now the small man getting something is an issue. Mind you, that aside, I hope Miss Bob is still on this live. I hope Miss Bob, give me a comment to let me see if you're still on this live, please. Because I wanted to confirm something with this young lady on the screen here right now. Miss Bob, I ain't see she commenting. This young lady, anyway, looks eerily familiar. Right? So she looks like one of the persons who was squatting on the dam that get removed. So now she living in a different area in Moko. You understand? I think this is the girl that made the first video with Coretta, with Coretta and Nemo, when she said she life get disrupted, she still ain't find no place. I think Miss Bob gonna have this live. I don't want her to confirm to me if this is the young lady. I wanted her to confirm to me if this is the young lady. But this, she looks like one of the young ladies who was at squatting illegally on the dam there. You understand? And create a big scene. I don't think she's the one that rolled up in the mud. But I think she's the one that I showed y'all was at the Kabaka thing in the gardens when I say, look, this is the same lady that been going on terrible about how she life disrupt big PNC. So she ain't got no genuine problem. She represented her party. You understand?
End of New Settle Moko, New Settle Street, where the middle of the road has been completed and the two ends haven't been completed.
And this the thing. Oh, Miss Bob is here. Look, Miss Bob says she. Look, Miss Bob confirm it here. Is she? Right? So they're using this girl because the others don't want to be called up in their foolishness. You understand? Using this girl because she willing to talk. Now she living in New Settler Street, walk up. I got to find the video when she said she and the other guy, they had no place to live and they bought the place. I'm glad you're living in New Settler Street. You understand me? I'm glad you're living there.
I'm a resident of New Settle Moko, New Settler Street.
So she's a resident there now. So she moved from Scottish. She's a resident now. You understand? Now, what do I have to remember? Indeed, the road is being done in sections. Right? The road is being done in sections. And, oh gosh, this is not the only road need doing in the country. So if the public works people or whoever say, okay, we're doing 300 meters, 400 meters this year, next year we're going to do another how much 100 or whatever it is. Oh shit, y'all wait and see that. At least you start. You get something for start with. What happened? Oh.
Where the middle of the road has been completed and the two ends haven't been completed.
Listen to me. Right? Before 2020, the middle or the two ends weren't completed. They weren't done. And that is my main point. 2015 to 2020, ma'am, the middle or the two ends were not done. Nothing was done. It was trash. So again, I say, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
There's a bridge that was made for people to walk over. And this bridge is being used for us to drive over now, which we're not supposed to be driving. I'm one of the person that is driving because I'm not going to park my...
Who sent you there? Who sent you to drive over there? So here's what I'm asking. She spoke about the two ends of the road not being done, and she spoke about the middle being finished. I hear nothing about a bridge under construction, or they're doing some bridge, or they're doing a bridge that's been done. How y'all used to get into the street before? Which road or which bridge you used to use to get into the street? That now have you using this footpath bridge you're claiming that you never used before. And this is a hell of a footpath bridge for me. Right? If this is a footpath bridge, somebody wastes a set of wood. How you got a footpath bridge with no railing on the side? Now, if you look at the bottom here, the bottom of this bridge, at the bottom, the sides, there's a rail on this side. Right? There's a rail on this side. Now, you see these sorts of rails for bridges that vehicles go across. If you have a bridge where people are walking across, there's usually a handrail where you can hold on to that's high. You understand? That can keep the sides of up on the sides of the bridge. So, who built this footpath bridge that was wide enough for vehicles to go across? And if you're saying that this is what you're using now to access the community, what were you using before the roads get due? How are you getting to that street that only the middle do? Right? If before you start using this bridge, what bridge you used to use before? Which bridge you used to use before? That's what I want to see. And that is how they try to mislead people. You hear no mention of, oh gosh, they're constructing a bridge and it ain't done yet, so we can't get in the community. There's a footpath bridge. I am challenging any Guyanese, local or abroad, to show me a footpath bridge similar to this, as wide and with no rails for the pedestrians. I'm challenging. Y'all show me it.
Vehicle on another street and I know what's going on. The roads that was completed, when you walk the next day, it already cracking.
So again, proof of what I'm saying to you. If they pour cement Sunday yesterday for that road, how the F are you walking on it the next day? Walking or driving? How? And that's to show you all these community engineers that we have to understand why the road cracking, why they said in do, why the end in do, and all this nonsense. You just said the people pour the cement. Hello. Yeah, Chief. Yeah, sorry about that. Right? She just said they pour the concrete and the next day you walk, it crack. It must crack if you walk it on it. You gotta let it dry. It got cured. It got cured. So you're broken up the road and making a problem. Listen to she again. Listen to she.
The next day, it already cracking. Roads that was completed, when you walk the next day, it already cracking. On another street and I know what's going on. The roads that was completed, when you walk the next day, it already cracking.
You understand? You pour a floor in your upstairs house, a concrete floor, and you walk on it the next day and see what the ass can happen to it. These people is really wanting you to use bad language. Right? I am telling you, yeah, Miss Bob confirming. This is the girl at the Kubaka Mausoleum and in Moko making yourself a comic. Why are you walking on the road the next day? The road ain't dry properly, ain't cure properly. So you all broke it up and now you're making complaints. We fed up see you. You always got problem.
But other vehicles need to pass here, the trucks and the ready mix, so if we got pass to come on this end, on the same road, what gonna happen there? So them and broke up this road, but they just do for do this piece. They making no sense.
Were you saying it making sense? Were you saying it making sense? You know why? Because you said the two ends in do. So how the F the truck driving on the road if the middle part do? If the middle part is concrete. You understand? Thanks, Uncle Ronald. Look what Uncle Ronald said. She go from squatting to driving. Must be nice. Must be nice. Right? Now listen to the logic. The middle is done. She said the two ends in do. So how in heaven's name the mixer truck and the sand truck driving on the middle piece if the piece don't count? What are they driving there for? To do what? To do what? Everything you said don't make sense, young lady.
It makes no sense. And I don't understand how 5 contractors get a contract to do complete.
Because you're an idiot. Look, your car keys in your hand there. Look, your car keys in your hand there. From squatting to driving, big up yourself under the PPP administration. You understand? She didn't understand how 5 contractors get one job. Because you don't understand procurement, you're an idiot. You don't understand procurement, you're an idiot. That's not your forte. That's not your specialty. You know why 5 contractors get one work? Because if the government had allowed one contractor to get a job, you can have his friends, family, and favorites. Those who would holler. So the government was making more work and more jobs available to Guyanese and Maconians like you. You understand? So bust it in 5. So instead of one contractor hiring 10 people to do this one road, 5 contractor would have to hire 10 different sets of people. So it's 50 people in the area that can get work by not giving it to one contractor. That is how idiotic these people are. She is too, I must say. Stupid. Highly. But I'm glad as a squatter, you are now able to live in the new settlement road there, street in Mocha, and you got place to drive and park your car. I'm happy for you, Fred.
One road. They making no sense. At all. No sense. In one road, this road ain't even long.
She driving she car on the road that ain't done cure. And if you notice, he's not really friends no more. Thing. So in Eccles, Old Road Eccles, I had a friend who lives in a back street in Eccles. The president went through there and he committed to doing these people road. Right? You know, everybody in the street that had a vehicle parked their car on side streets so that the street could do dry and cure properly before they start using it. This is a malicious act by these people in, not all Maconians, but these PNC operatives in Moco. I'm guaranteeing it to you. This is deliberate.
One road and 5 contractors get a piece to do.
I'm a counselor from...
You understand? So again, damned if you don't, damned if you don't. If one, they get it, why you have to get all? Why couldn't I boss up again? More guy needs some benefit.
The Mocha NDC. And after receiving complaints concerning this road from the residents who mostly have a vehicle or they can't get to access.
Who's this?
The piece to do.
I'm a counselor from the Mocha NDC. And after receiving complaints concerning this road from the residents who mostly have a vehicle or they...
I want to know, you're the council for Mocha NDC. What the Mocha NDC doing about fixing the roads in Mocha? Don't tell me about the complaints, but the people and things. But the road that is your responsibility to fix, sir. What the hell is wrong with these people? He is a councillor and doing an interview complaining about a road that is under his purview to fix. That he fix.
Can't get to access. I decided to do an inspection. And what I found is that the first inspection I did is when the initial construction was started, where this guy was digging up the road and they was putting down BRC. And so I have a photograph about them. I asked the question, the reason why they start from that position. They say they have the money to start and the other people them wasting time. So they have the money, so they start on that side of the...
Oh, so that is what happened. By boss up at 5, the contract in the middle, do he work and done? And God, he got no time with nobody. He work and the rest is start here. Oh Lord.
Which is the center, not even the center. Okay.
So you say does the contractor pour this and left this like this? This is how it was when the contractor poured this cement?
That was happened complete last Tuesday.
So the contractor hired dog and bicycle to pour the cement?
The road again, but 3 days after, only to see that the same road I just finished was cracked about 4 places. Yes, I reported to the...
Because you're driving on it, you get light for cure. You're driving on it. Look, people, I gotta go. I got some stuff to do with Georgetown today. Y'all be good guys. Please stop listening to the foolishness. I definitely planning on doing that, Colorado. Right? Y'all stop listening to the foolishness coming out of this group. I am completely frustrated with them. Completely. Anyway, I want to say to y'all, be safe on the roadways, whether you're here or you're in the diaspora. I'm hoping to see a lot of guys coming home for Christmas. That's something else I wanted to touch on this morning that I didn't get to. But we can deal with that tomorrow. Anyway, as I usually say to you guys before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
From foreign places, talk about taking over. We ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came
and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue saki, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not